going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. We are back at Copart for another Copart walk around, so let's jump into this today with number one on my list, a 2015 Volkswagen Passat. Did I say it right? Volkswagen? Isn't it F and then V? Volkswagen. Whatever. It's a Volkswagen Passat, guys. 2015 model, and she's got some extensive hail damage, but it's still a Volkswagen. You guys know these are super reliable, guys. These cars will run forever. They're better than a Camry. I am lying. These things are absolutely horrible. 71,000 miles on the odometer, and it's probably got a ton of warning lights on. That's just a guess, though. Just a guess. Lots of hail damage. I can already see damage to the headliner. This car is it's really rough. The paint is not good either. In fact, it looks like the car has been repainted very, very poorly, and it's just coming apart. Let's take a look at the interior real quick. This window is down. I'm going to do my best to get that window back up. I hate seeing windows down on these cars, man, because you just end up with unnecessary damage to these things. But sometimes the windows are stuck down, and that's just the way it goes. Sometimes people come out here to look at the cars, and they just leave the windows down. Believe it or not, people really do that. So here you've got the headliner falling down, and it's been cut or something. I don't know. It doesn't look right to me. The rest of the headliner looks good. The interior doesn't look too bad either. I did notice, I mean, we got paint falling off everywhere, which some of this is from hail damage and others is from poor paint and prep work. I also noticed the windshield is coming apart completely, delaminating around the edges. I mean, heavily delaminating. It's also cracked from the hail, so that's something to take into consideration as well. However, the rest of the interior actually looks pretty decent, and it doesn't smell bad, which is unusual. Most cars out here smell really, really bad. Let's put the key in it. Nothing. I could have guessed that. I bet you guys probably could have guessed that as well. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. Dead as a doornail. How about the tires? Well, you know, it's got some tread. It's a Cooper. Back here we've got a Continental. So mismatched tires already, and the tread is a lot less on that one. I mean, it's got some, but not great. What do we got over here? This one is a different one. This is a Mastercraft. It's got decent tread. What about this one over here? A Douglas with decent tread. So overall, it's got 4 different tires with 4 different treads and 4 different tread depths as well. The pattern and the tread depths all different. That's fine. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay. Coolant. Definitely low. Oil. It has some. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about it. It has some. Anything else? I guarantee you there are no dipsticks. So we move right along to pushing this little cover over here. Let's throw a jump pack on it, fire it up, and see what it does. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Will it run? Yeah, I think it will. I think it will. This car is so beat up on the outside, man. But if you're just looking for something to get you around, don't worry about all that rattling under the hood. That's normal. It's a Volkswagen. It's supposed to do that. It'll get better. It already did, honestly. I'm just giving the car. Oh, wow. When I said all the lights would be on, I was kidding. I had no idea how right I was going to be. I called it. I called it. Take a gander at that. We've got airbag. We've got ABS. We've got traction control. We've got TPMS. That's okay. Move over here. We've got steering wheel and light bulbs. Yeah, she's got some problems. Steering feels good. Brakes, they feel good as well. Reverse, yes. Drive, yes. Forward and backward. Important window, yes. Let's see if we can roll that back window. We did. We got that back window up. Air conditioning. Oh, yes. Air conditioning is on point in this one, guy. Oh, yeah. Point that over here. Point that in my direction. Oh, yes. Yes. Sorry, guys. Summer came out of nowhere here in Oklahoma, man. I'm not kidding. It was 60s, 70s. It was beautiful. Then out of nowhere, it was like 96. Well, 94. This says 94. So, yeah, it just, I don't know where it came from. We went from spring, and it just flew straight into summer. Yeah. No transition period, nothing. Just boom, summer's here and it's hot. Alternator's charging, so we can turn this off. See that? It runs on its own. You hear the cooling fan is running. That's good as well, since we got the air conditioning on. We know the cooling fan works. That's good news. Put that flap back where it goes. We'll move this out of the way. Close up the hood. She runs like a top. She does. You know, this might be a decent little car. It really, oh, I thought we rolled that window. I heard this window go up. Let me guess, regulator's bad? Oh, she ain't doing nothing. Yep, regulator's bad. There you go. Well, it happens. That's crazy. Only 71,000 miles on the odometer. We already got a bad window regulator. And so many lights on the dash. That is crazy. I wonder if they collaborate with General Motors on their technology. I don't know, man. I'm kidding. I just pissed off a whole bunch of Chevy guys. Well, it's a great looking little car on the inside. The outside leaves a little bit to be desired, but it does run very well. It goes right into gear. The AC is ice cold. I don't know what more you want. What more do you want? This is a decent little car. If you're not concerned about cosmetics, if you're not one of those people like me sometimes, it's like, oh, I couldn't drive it. It's got a dent. I'm not like that, guys. I drive crap cars a lot, believe me. You see it. I buy these cars and I drive them around and I enjoy them. I would not let the hail damage keep me from buying this car. All the lights on the dash, a little concerning, but most of them, like the steering light, will probably go away once you start driving it. The light bulb just means you got to figure out what lights are out, replace them. The ABS and traction control lights together will probably go out the minute you find a bad speed sensor, most likely a wheel speed sensor. Replace it, those will go out. TPMS light, all you got to do is replace the TPMS sensors that have bad batteries, and that light will go out. And the airbag light, well, chances are that one's going to be a little more complicated. There's probably a lot more to that, but I think you could get the majority of the lights on the dash out relatively easy and without spending a whole ton of money. And because the car is so cosmetically challenged, you might be able to get this one for a good deal. Let's move on. Next on my list, a little bit of Carnage, which means we won't take too long on this one. A 2017 Ford F-250 Super Duty. And, well, it may not look too bad yet, but it's gonna get a lot worse as we get further back. I gotta watch this stuff here. Stuff like this, the wind that we got out here today, man, it'll just pick it right up and carry it right into your neck. You gotta be real careful. Speaking of Carnage, there's a little bit of it for you too, man. Good Lord have mercy. Wow, that's insane. I mean, just take that in for a minute. You know, really look at it and just take that in for a minute. The amount of damage is it's almost hard to believe standing here looking at it. It really is. Like well, as I always say, I don't see anything that says bio or anything like that. It's I can't tell if the jaws of life came in here and cut anything, or if whatever this thing went into just peeled the top like it did. I mean, look at the headrest right here. Look at that. I mean, that just, whatever came through here. Wow. You know, there's a silver lining though. You would think if something ran into a person there, right, this thing would be just, it would be a bad scene in there, and it's not. So I wasn't even looking at this at Tacoma. Wow. I didn't even know what it was. I had no idea what this even was. Look at the dash. Wow. I guess you could see the speed they were going, 70 miles an hour. Wow, somebody lost a 9/16 socket there, guys. Damn car is always eating people's sockets. Okay, all right, this isn't what we were here to look at. It just kind of caught my attention, and I couldn't I just couldn't help it. I couldn't help but look at it. Wow. But I feel like whoever was in there, I think they were all right. As hard as that is to believe looking at it, honestly, it doesn't look like a bad scene in there. So hopefully they're able to duck, tuck, whatever, to get out of the way before all that happened. Now, back to the carnage of this one. I don't know what the hell happened to this, man, but the rear axle is bent that direction. All right, this wheel's, I mean, this thing is twisted hard. The bed side's almost completely ripped off. There's your drive shafts hanging out from underneath it all the way over here. There's nothing left down here. Like nothing. Good Lord, what does this? Yeah, well, you know, the thing is looking at this one now, doesn't seem nearly as bad after seeing that one. This is the one that was on my list. I had no idea that was even here. No idea at all. Just happenstance that I walked by it and saw that thing teeter-tottering trying to take my head off. Yeah, this was the one I was like, oh, here's some carnage right here. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. This is carnage, but that one over there, that was far worse. Wow, all bags blown, of course. Look at this. You got to watch out. I'm serious. Like, stuff like this may not look like much. If you're not paying attention and you walk into this stuff, it'll slice you. It'll slice you. So you gotta, and especially things like this, you gotta really pay attention. Oh, wow. Well, you know what? On the inside, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look nearly as bad as it does on the outside, does it? Wow. These cars, man, you see these accidents and you think back, you know, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago. Accidents like these could have killed people. But with the advanced technology in these things now, people are able to walk away. And honestly, it's amazing. It's amazing at some of the carnage you see out here and think someone actually lived through this. All right, guys, we got one more. Let's get to it. All right, guys, last on my list, a 2014 Chevy Silverado. She gets some big tires with fuel rims. Let's take a look at this real quick, guys. Renegade R7 mud terrains. What size tires? These are 35 by 12.5 by 22 LTs. She's a nice looking truck, guys. Well, she was a nice looking truck. Let's take a look up here and see where all the damage is. She's got quite a bit, guys. The gaps are all wrong. The fender's pushed into the door over here. This fender could be fixed, needs a little bit of work, but you could fix this. A little bit of damage to the core support as well. Header panel, a little bit of damage there. Frame rail took a tweaking right there, but honestly, the entire rail itself looks straight. It's just the part that bolts to the bumper. You could straighten that out, it'd be fine, guys. She'd be fine. She got a nice lift kit on her. We got a Fab Tech, so somebody spent some money on that lift kit. They did a good job, it looks nice. Needs the whole doghouse, everything. This door took a bit of a beating. You can see where it looks like it went into the fender right here. This could be worked out as well, though. You're going to need everything up here, though, guys. Everything. I was looking at it, I'm thinking about it. It's not hard to get the parts. It's a common vehicle. Parts aren't that expensive for it. And you could probably find most of the parts in the same color as well. That would really save on paint and body costs. 156,000 miles on the odometer. Let's see what she looks like back here. Oh, boy. They threw in everything back here. Wow, there's a lot. There's a lot back there, guys. Let's take a look at the bed, the rear end. She looks pretty good, guys. Really, aside from the front end, this doesn't look too bad. That's just dirty. Okay. Definite gap issues up here, but again, you know, it's a truck. Who cares? It doesn't have to be perfect, man. Let's take a look at the interior real quick. It's cloth, not leather. She's kind of a work truck, guys. She doesn't smell good. The interior is filthy, absolutely filthy. Looks like we've got seatbelt pretensioners blown as well. Yes, we do. Passenger seatbelt pretensioners blown. Driver's seat is tore up. We'll go take a look at that now. So this is a run and drive, though. Windshield's destroyed as well. She's gonna need to take that into consideration also. Oh my goodness, this thing is rough. Oh wow, yeah, she's rough. Driver's side front pretensioner is blown as well. Let's check the back. The back seems to be all right. I think the passenger side rear pretensioner is blown also. Oh, we've got damage up here as well, right there. Yeah, okay. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, can we pull this down? Oh yeah, she's nasty. Oh wow, well she runs good. Let's turn that radio off and let's turn that air conditioning on. And while it's doing its thing, of course, ABS, traction control, airbag. Steering feels fine, brakes feel fine. Reverse. Drive. Headlights, 4x4 over here. 2 auto, 4 high, 4 low, and you've got, looks like you got differential lock on this as well. That's always nice to have. Let's take a listen to that exhaust real quick. She sounds pretty sweet. Not too bad. Could be a little louder. I think she could be a little louder. This one is really not that bad, guys. It's really not that bad. Looks like the hood latch was damaged as well. But core support, everything looks good. Radiator, condenser, all good. I mean, unless you count this. There's a little bit of broken plastic here. I think you could work around that. You know what I mean? I think you could just work around that. It's just not that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah. Okay. See if that air conditioning's working for us yet. Whew, that is a no. There's no air conditioning. She ain't working at all. Let's give her a little gas, see if it kicks in. No. No air conditioning at all. Whew, that's too hot, man. Shut that damn thing off. Good Lord. All right, well, she needs a little bit of work, guys. In this case, I think it's rare, but I think this one looks worse than it actually is. The air cleaner fell off. I don't think this is really as bad as it looks. Obviously, when you're missing the whole front end, it does look pretty rough. I think you could put this one back together relatively easily and probably relatively cheaply as well. Do we have a bent frame rail? What is this? Hold on. Because they put a mark here and a mark there as well. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did she get bent? Oh, she did. She did. Son of a gun, man. Damn it. Yeah, right there. Do you see the paint missing? Paint and dirt missing. That's something to always look for when you're looking at stuff like this. Something that took a front-end collision like this. You've got to get under there and look and see if you can see anywhere on the frame rail that's tweaked, bent in, or where the paint has come off, or if it's got dirt all where the dirt just came off of it. Yeah, she's got frame damage. She sure does. Well, I mean, could you still put it back together, rig it up, and make it work? Yeah, you probably could. You probably could. I don't know. That's up to whoever buys those. It's not going to be me. This is the last one on the list. We're done. I'm getting out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know. Also, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. I would truly appreciate it. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Auto Auction Rebuilds. Until next time, everybody, stay safe out there. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.